First intermission here in Hamden, Connecticut on NESN. The Maine Black Bears, the number 7 team in the country, hold a 3-0 advantage over the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Both teams 2 wins on the season, Quinnipiac 2-1, and Maine so far 2-0. Welcome back up inside the broadcast booth. Dan Bahl with you after 20 minutes of play. It was all Black Bears to start this one, first of 2 between these two teams in non-conference play. As we take a look at the highlights after 20 minutes of play, the Bobcats with the first golden opportunity just 33 seconds into the first period, a chance for Jeremy Wilmer, but it goes up and over the net, and that is where Maine began things on offense. A turnover at the defensive blue line for the Bobcats leads to a goal, the first of the season for Will Gerrois. That made it 1-0. Maine continued to swarm, not without chances for the Bobcats. That was Andon Sorbonne, one of his 3 shots in the period. Only Jeremy Wilmer had more, but Maine continued to build their offensive push. As the Bobcats were watching the puck on the near side corner, it was Owen Fowler trailing the play with his first goal of the season. That made it 2-0. Maine would continue their push on an odd player rush. The shot from Poirier was stopped, but Miguel Marcus with his second goal of the season. That made it 3-0 Black Bears after 20 minutes of play. Still a lot of hockey to go between these two squads. Of the last 4 matchups between the Black Bears and the Bobcats, 3 have been decided by 1 goal. We'll step aside to be back with second period action here on NESN.
40 minutes are in the books here at the M&T Bank Arena. The Maine Black Bears leading the Bobcats 4-2 as we welcome you back upstairs. Phil Jubileo and Dan Bahl with you, and after what was a very rough first period of play for the Bobcats, those second and third goals from Maine coming under a minute apart and really took, what was a tight game for much of that first 40 minutes and kind of blew it out a little bit. Quinnipiac, a big bounce back in the second. They did give up that breakaway goal to Thomas Friel, but if you look at how the two teams played in the middle 40, Quinnipiac certainly had the better of it.
They did. They let in shots 12-4 in that middle period. The key, Phil, with the power play starting the second period for the Bobcats, you have to start fast. You have to grab some of that momentum back, and as we take a look at the second period highlights, they did just that, beginning with a power play goal. This was just 14 seconds in to the second period. A great heads-up play there by Verreau to get the puck in front to Ethan Wittenbach, the reigning ECAC Rookie of the Week. He scores to make it 3-1, and then the Bobcats started playing the hits. Watch on your screen, Mason Marcellus, there he is, to lay the hit there as 2 Maine Black Bears were digging for that puck. And then this one, Victor Chernetsky in air. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's Justin Poirier flying through the air on the hip check on that one. He knocked him down to keep it to a 2-goal game. But the hits were laid by the Black Bears as well. This one forces a turnover with 2 Bobcats defenders flat-footed. It leads to a breakaway for Thomas Friel and a goal. At that point, it was 4-1 Black Bears. It looked like they may be able to run away with this one, but more pressure coming from the top line, which I think has played outstanding, Phil. Each player with 4 shots through 2 periods on that top line. That one finds Twine off the stick of Marcus Vidicek, his second of the season, 4-2 after 40 minutes. And I think you nailed it right off the top of this segment, partner. The Bobcats looked a lot better in that second period, plain and simple. I think the compete level was higher. The mistakes were limited, but again, you saw in that goal that made it 4-2, a turnover with your defense not really expecting a player to cut behind you. They score, so you're going to have to essentially be mistake-free here in the third period.
What we did see in each of the first 2 periods, the Bobcats coming out quickly. Didn't work out for them in the first, it did in the second period. What will the third period bring? Well, we'll find out when we come back on NESN.